hate the way you look, you hate the way you feel. You know, I've tried everything. You try the weight loss clubs, you try the gym.
Have you heard about the side effect? Go
Well,
on.
you hear it all the time, don't you? There's so much noise out there about it. And it's like, well, how bad is it?
Yeah.
How bad is it going to get?
You're thinking about the weight loss medication, so what's stopping you? Around 1.6 million of us are using weight loss injections in the UK, with millions more interested in starting, and that figure is set to rise. I'm on a mission to cut through all of the confusion and misinformation when it comes to weight loss injections. We're going to hear from women without judgment as they share the hacks, tips and behaviours they've adopted before bringing in bold expert guidance that doesn't dismiss their choices but helps unpack what's actually happening in the body. In a world where many of us turn to social media for advice, these platforms can have conflicting claims when it comes to weight loss injections. You hear things like life-changing, dangerous, or quick fix, but how much of it can we really believe? In this episode, we're going to meet Michaela. Michaela's considering taking injections. She's seen friends' results and done her own research, but she's still holding back because of potential side effects. There you go. So, Michaela, let's start from the beginning. Let's talk bodies, let's talk weight gain. Talk to me about, you went from a size 16, 18. What happened after that? What size did you hit?
So my biggest, 24, 26. And then, of course, you hate the way you look, you hate the way you feel, you just hate everything about you, so you comfort eat more.
I know it very, very well. So I'm like you, I'm a comfort eater as well. So if I'm upset, if I'm happy, I turn to food. I love food.
Yeah, you know, I've tried everything. You try the weight loss clubs, you try the gym, but then something will happen, whether it's work, life, whatever, something happens and you fall off the wagon, so to speak.
So you've been thinking about possibly taking some weight loss medication.
Yeah, I think it could be the way to go for myself to help me restrict that need. When you're planning anything, you're planning to go out, you plan it round where you're going to eat.
That's true.
You know, you go out on a Saturday night, going for a meal. You know, everything revolves around food.
I didn't think about that. You're right, because when we socialise, it is, isn't it? It's where are we going to the pub? Are we going out for something to eat to a restaurant? And then it's alcohol, usually, and lots of food.
Yeah.
And if you're into your food and you don't know when to stop, then for people like you and me, this is going to be a regular thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you're thinking about, maybe I'll start on the weight loss medication. So what's stopping you?
I've got other health concerns, a condition called FMD, where it affects my kidneys, which the symptom is high blood pressure. We've got a family history of diabetes. The older I get, the more weight I put on, the higher the risk of being diabetic. My mum's also got a pancreatic cyst. So that's a concern in the back of my mind.
Of course.
You know,
I think that's really healthy though, isn't it? Because, you know, there's issues going on here, medical issues going on here, that you need to work out whether there's any kind of contraindication. So in looking at the facts, have you done your research? Have you gone online? Have you spoken to a doctor? What have you done?
So basically researching, there's so much noise out there about it. But I feel that you've got to go to a trusted source.
What's your biggest fear?
I think it's just the fact of what side effects there are. Is there anything that could make my current conditions any worse?
Okay, well, there's sort of two different things going on, aren't there? Because number one, are there contraindications for my current conditions? But then number two, we've got the dreaded side effects. Have you heard about the side effects?
Yeah.
Go
on.
on.
You hear it all the time, don't you? The acid reflux, the stomach problems. You know, you don't want to be going out and suddenly have uncontrollable diarrhoea.
Diarrhoea, I know. Well, so I've heard about the diarrhoea. I've heard about the sort of vomiting as well.
Yeah, and it's like, well, how bad is it?
Yeah.
How bad is it going to get? How much of it is noise and how much of it is
truth?
Is true.
So you're saying, I've heard the horror stories online. I'm getting bombarded with information, not sure what's true, what isn't true.
Yeah.
I need to be careful about my own medical conditions at the moment, but I'm also worried about the side effects.
Yeah.
So, I need to go to a trusted source where I can just dig out the truth.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what would be the next step for you? What would help you?
Speaking to a doctor.
Funny you should say that. Michaela, because we do have Dr. Sam with us, who is our trusted medical expert. You have got so many questions about these weight loss medications. Shall we just introduce you to her so you can have a chat?
That'd be fantastic.
I think, Michaela, tell me what you want to know, what your concerns are.
So my concern is which one's best for me. I've got several health conditions because there's a lot of noise out there about the possible side effects regarding that. I've got high blood pressure due to my FMD. I've got arthritis. So there's pros and cons, but I'm not sure where to go with it.
Yeah, okay. So thank you for summarising it, because I can see that there's quite a lot going on for you, and there's good reasons why you'd want to lose some weight, to maybe take some pressure off the knees, to reduce the inflammation in the body. So that can be a real benefit of weight loss. And when we think about the weight loss injections, we know that the weight loss injections can really support reducing inflammation levels in the body that can exacerbate various conditions. Yeah. But you're absolutely right to think about this very carefully and to get the right advice, because there is a lot of misinformation out there. With your medical history, with the medications that you might be on, it's really important to discuss your concerns with a healthcare provider, someone who you trust, who you can actually go into the detail of what's going on with you and to find the right option for you, whether it is an injection, whether it is the pills, to see whether they are suitable, whether they will harmonise with the medications and the treatments you're already undergoing.
How does it actually work then? I mean, I know you said that it decreases your appetite and it slows down your digestion to an extent. Is that right?
Yes, so that's part of it. The other thing that people really notice is the reduction in food noise. So what I tell patients is that this medication will give you the headspace to make those better choices and to really form those new habits that are going to see you through the long term.
Well, because we talked a lot, didn't we, about food is always on our mind. So if you've got a crutch there that will remove that noise, that suddenly you're not bothered by it, then that's a real aid. That's a support.
I get that it's part of a complete lifestyle change. You've still got to eat healthily. You've still got to do the exercise. It's not a miracle quick fix.
Yeah.
You've got to do the whole package.
I think, and that's a really good point, because I think a lot of people look at it as a bit of a magic bullet, don't they? And go, great, I can just inject or take this pill and I can just still eat pizza and drink beer and everything's fine.
Yeah, and I think that's something to really consider. We have to think of this as a long-term journey, right? And we're talking about our health. So we need to get familiar with what is good for our bodies. So to love the foods that love us back, right? And support us on this journey towards health.
Just one more question. Side effects.
Yes.
So does everyone suffer with them?
So side effects can be strong in some people, but by no means in everybody that uses these medications. Okay, so that's something hopefully is a bit reassuring, that you can get strong side effects, and they're definitely something to look out for.
Even at low doses?
Some people are extremely sensitive. So yes, unfortunately, some people can. It's less likely at a lower dose, but it is still possible. Okay, which is why we ask everybody to start at the starting dose, because we don't know if you'll be one of those people that has a strong side effect at a low dose.
And if that were to happen, if Michaela happened to have strong side effects, then how long might that last for?
They usually settle down. So side effects tend to settle down within a couple of days, within a couple of weeks. Okay, so if you can bear with it, if they're kind of manageable, then they ought to settle down with time.
Can you just stop?
Yes.
Or do you need to wean off it?
You can just stop.
Okay.
Especially if you've got side effects, please just stop. Get in touch with a health professional if you need help and support.
There's a sea of misinformation out there, so it's no surprise Michaela is unclear and a little bit concerned. It's best to read up on definitive medical advice and speak to a healthcare professional rather than just information from your peers. Starting on a weight loss jab isn't just a medical decision, it's emotional, it's social, and it's deeply personal. In the next episode, we'll meet Kush, who's months into her jab journey. Kush's personal experience will help me delve a bit deeper into the truth behind the injections.